Now let us look at negative a values. We know we have a x squared. X squared is already greater or equal to 0. So the smallest it can be is 0. If I now multiply by a negative answer, then a x squared is negative. Less than or equal to 0. It can be 0. Again, I've just renamed the mother function, the green one, to show you the relationship between the plus x squared and a minus x squared. If I work out this f of x, where my a is negative, I get minus 1 squared, so my answer is negative 1. Here I get minus 0 squared, and 0 plus 0 and minus 0 is the same value. Here I have minus 1 squared, and that will give me negative 1. So in this case, I will have a prime minus 1, 1, and b prime 1, 1. And in this case, I will have a minus 1, and 0, the origin, and b 1, negative 1. To show you the relationship between the two here, you will see that the new graph, this is now y equal to minus x squared, this is y equal to x squared. The negative x squared, y equal to minus x squared, is the mirror image about the x-axis. So if I have the mother graph, then I just reflect it about the y-axis. If we now look at the function g, where g of x is equal to minus 3x squared, then we can compute the coordinates of c and d by substituting the x values respectively into each point. And in this case, our calculation gives us minus 3. If we do it for the next point, we will get 0 again, and for the last one, we put 1 in there. There should also be a square, and that will be minus 3. So then we have the point C, which is minus 1, this x value there, and minus 3. We get the origin, and we get the point D, which is plus 1 and minus 3. On this graph, you will see now the mother graph, the green one. I've kept it there to show the relationship between x squared and minus x squared, the grey graph. And then the red graph is now the graph. This is our y equal to minus x squared. This is our y equal to x squared. And this is now y equal to minus 3x squared. And if you see here, if x is equal to 1 there, the value that is minus 1 there becomes now minus 3 here. So that value, minus 1, is now 3 times bigger, but in the negative direction. Also note that the red graph is squeezed tighter around the y-axis, so it's narrower than the grey graph or the green mother graph, much narrower because it grows faster than the original graph y equal to minus x squared here. And lastly, if I now add h of x, which is negative a half x squared, and I compute that, get negative a half, I will get negative half more times 0 square, which is 0, and I will get negative a half times 1 squared, which is negative a half. So, and this will give me, here we had a and b and c and d, and this will be the coordinates e, which is minus 1 minus a half, and the origin, and F, which is 1 negative a half. Again, as before, you see the blue graph there, it's growing slower than the grey graph and the red graph. So this is the relationship between the three different A's that we have in negative direction, and what you have to do is just label it. This is y equal to minus a half x squared. This is y equal to minus x squared, and this is y equal to minus 3x squared. The moment you have your mother graph, then you can go from there onwards and then calculate, just compare the functions by the easiest is to use -1 and +1. And what I did, I've drawn better software. It's never a sharp edge there. It is rounded. It just touches the x-axis here. This is my x-axis. And the vertical axis in this case is my y-axis. You can find a summary of this video in the file 7 theme 5, Parabola's Concavity, Influence of A with Answers, which is just these graphs summarized on 2 pages.